welcome to my channel. Let me ask you something. Have you ever said something in English, and the other person looked confused? Maybe you said it right. Maybe you used the correct words, but still they didn't understand. It's not because your English is bad. It's not because you're not smart. It's because your accent made it hard to hear your words clearly. And that's okay. You're not alone. This happens to millions of learners around the world. But what if I told you, you can fix it? Yes. You can speak English with a better accent, even if you're just starting your journey. Even if your native language sounds nothing like English. Even if people have laughed at your accent before, you can become clear, confident, and comfortable when you speak. In this video, I will take you step by step. I'll speak slowly. I'll show you how to listen, practice, and improve. With small daily actions. By the end, you'll feel something powerful. Kengt, my accent is getting better, and people are finally understanding me. So, are you ready to begin? Let's go. Chapter E. What is accent and why it matters? It was the first week of school. A young man named Imran had just joined an English course in London. He came from Pakistan. He had studied English in school, and he could speak English quite well. His grammar was good. He knew many words. But something was wrong. On the first day, the teacher asked everyone to introduce themselves. When it was Imran's turn, he stood up and said, "Hello, my name is Imran. I am from Pakistan. I am very happy to be here." But something strange happened. The teacher looked a little confused. She smiled politely and said, "Sorry, could you please repeat that?" Imran felt nervous. He repeated the same sentence again, a little slower. "This time," the teacher understood. She smiled again and thanked him. Later, during the break, Imran tried to talk to other students. He asked a girl from Spain, "What time does the next class start?" The girl looked at him, smiled, and said, "Sorry, what did you say?" Imran repeated the question. She finally understood and said, "Oh, it starts at 8 o'clock." Imran sat quietly. After that, he felt sad. He thought to himself, "I know English. I said the right words. Why didn't they understand me?" This is a very common problem. Many students around the world face the same situation. They study English for many years. They know grammar. They know vocabulary. But still, when they speak, people do not understand them easily. Why does this happen? It is because of accent. Accent is not about being right or wrong. It's not about speaking like a native. Accent is the way you sound when you speak. It includes how you pronounce words, where you put stress in a sentence, and how your voice moves up and down. Every language has a different sound system. In Urdu or Hindi, your mouth moves in one way. In Spanish, it moves in another. In English, it is different again. So when you speak English using the sounds of your native language, with no con, your English may sound a little different. And sometimes, people may not understand you right away. The good news. But here is the good news. You can improve your accent. You don't have to sound like an American or a British person. You just need to speak clearly so people can understand you without confusion. And that is the goal. Imran's teacher understood this. After class, she sat with him and said kindly, "Imran, your English is good. You speak well. But some of your nouns are hard to understand. If you practice a little every day, your accent can become clearer. Don't feel bad. You just need to train your mouth for English sounds. Imran felt better. He asked, "But why does my accent matter so much?" The teacher smiled. "Because people need to understand you. When you speak clearly, your ideas are heard. In a job interview, in a classroom, at the market, or even when making friends, clear speaking helps. A better accent doesn't mean perfect English. It means people feel comfortable listening to you. It builds confidence." That evening, Imran sat in his room and thought about it. He opened YouTube and searched for how to improve English accent. He found videos where people spoke slowly and clearly. He started listening. Then he paused the video and repeated the same sentence. "Hey." He did it again and again. After a week, he noticed something. His mouth was moving differently. He was paying more attention to how words sounded. He said three instead of tree. He said very instead of wary. He smiled. He was getting better. 2 weeks later, he asked the same girl from Spain, "What time does the next class start?" This time, she understood immediately. She said, "o'clock." Imran smiled. It felt good. This is what accent training can do. It helps people understand you the first time. It helps you feel more relaxed. It helps you enjoy speaking English without fear. Many students worry, will I ever sound like a native speaker? But you don't have to. You don't have to change who you are. Your voice is your identity. You just need to make it clearer, smoother, easier to follow. Accent is like music. English has its own rhythm, its own melody. Once you listen to that music and try to follow it, your accent begins to change, slowly but surely. So if you ever feel like Imran, like people don't understand you, don't give up. It's not your fault. You're not wrong. You just need to adjust your sound, step by step. You've already started the journey. And you're doing great. Chapter R. Dean First Step. Listening like a child. There was a girl named Maria from Brazil. She always loved English. 45s. She started learning in school when she was 10. She read English books, did grammar exercises, and even got good marks in her class. But when she spoke, she felt something was missing. One day, she joined an online conversation group. When it was her turn to speak, she said, "I go to beach every weekend. It make me happy." The words were right, more or less. But the group leader smiled and gently corrected her. "Oh, you mean I go to the beach every weekend. It makes me happy." Then he added, "By the way, try to listen carefully to how we say the sentence." Maria realized something. She was always focused on understanding English, but never really listened to the sound of English. That day changed everything. Started a new routine. Every morning, instead of checking her phone or scrolling through messages, she put on her headphones and listened to 5 minutes of slow English. Not just any English, clear, natural speech. Sometimes it was a podcast, sometimes a short story, sometimes a YouTube video where the speaker spoke slowly. At first, she didn't repeat. She just listened. At first it was hard. Her brain wanted to translate everything. But after a few days, something started to happen. She noticed that certain words had music. A kind of rhythm. She noticed that some words were soft and some were strong. She heard the melody of the sentence, how the voice went up and down. And she thought, wait, this is how babies learn, isn't it? Yes, exactly. Children don't start by speaking. First, they listen, all day, every day. They hear their parents, their friends, the sounds around them, for 1 or 2 years. They don't speak a word, but their brains are learning. The rhythm, the sounds, the emotion behind the words. Then suddenly, one day, they speak. And when they do, they don't have a foreign accent. They speak like the people they've been listening to. That's the power of listening like a child. Accent improvement is not only about pronunciation drills or mouth exercises. Those help later. But the first step, the most powerful step, is to listen deeply, to train your ears before you train your mouth. Let's take another example. Ahmed from Egypt always struggled with the P and B sounds. Hey? People often heard him say Barty instead of party. He got frustrated. One day, a teacher told him, "Stop trying to speak for a while. Just listen. Pick one English podcast. Listen to it every day. Don't try to understand everything. Just focus on the sound." So he did. He listened to one podcast every morning for a month. He didn't take notes. He didn't look at subtitles. He just listened, like music. After a few weeks, he was surprised. His P started sounding clearer. His mouth moved differently. His party no longer sounded like Barty, all because his brain was learning from listening. So here's what you can do. Starting today, choose one voice in English that you like, someone clear, calm, and easy to follow. It can be a podcast, a YouTube teacher, or even an audiobook. Listen every day, even for just 5 minutes. Don't try to understand every word. Just notice the rhythm, intonation, and emotion. Son, close your eyes while listening. This helped your brain focus on sound, not meaning. Don't repeat yet. Let your ears learn first. After a few days, your mouth will start copying naturally. Listen again and again. Repetition is your friend. Children hear the same sentences thousands of times. That's how they master accent. Now, many learners ask, but if I don't understand everything, how does it help me? Here's the answer. Your brain is smarter than you think. Even when you don't understand every word, your brain is picking up the music of the language, the shape of the sounds, shind, the rise and fall of the voice, the stress and silence. This is how your mouth learns what feels natural. When you speak, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to start hearing English in a new way. Maria listened every morning for 3 months. Then one day, in her English group, someone said, "Wow, Maria, you sound so clear now. What did you do?" She smiled and said, "I stopped trying to speak and started listening like a child." So remember this. Before you change your accent, you must change your ears. Your tongue will follow what your ears learn. And listening, real, focused listening, is the first and most powerful step. Chapter 10, Shadowing, the Secret Accent Tool. Let me tell you a story. There was a young man named Bilal. He lived in a small town in Pakistan. He was learning English on YouTube, and he could understand many words. But when he spoke, felt slow, heavy, unnatural. People would ask him to repeat himself. His accent was thick, and it made him feel shy. He thought, maybe I'm not made for English. One night, he watched a video titled, How to Speak English Naturally. Use the shadowing method. He clicked on it. The teacher said something very simple. If you want to speak like a native, repeat after one. Bilal listened closely. The teacher explained that shadowing means listening to someone. Speak English. And repeating the words out loud. Yo, midike echo. Not reading, not translating, just copying the sound. It sounded too simple, but Bilal thought, why not try for 1 week? So, he found a YouTube video with a calm, slow speaker. It was a 10-minute clip about daily habits. He played it and repeated every sentence out loud. Good morning. I wake up at chi a.m. Good morning. I wake up at chi a.m. He felt a little silly at first. His younger brother laughed. His tongue got tired. But he kept going. That was day E on day R. He played the same video. Again, he repeated after every sentence. This time, his tongue moved a little faster. His voice felt more confident. By day San, he noticed something strange. His mouth started copying the same rhythm and melody of the speaker. It was like music. English was becoming a sound, not just words, he thought. This is not just speaking. This is training my mouth. By day C, his FH sound became softer. He used to say tink instead of think. Now, it was better think day woo. He added a second video, just 2 minutes long. He repeated again, out loud, standing in front of the mirror. He watched how his lips moved. Hey! He listened to how the speaker stressed some words and whispered others. He copied every little sound. He wasn't just learning English. He was becoming English. On day Chi, something amazing happened. He spoke to a new friend online, and the friend said, "You speak really clearly." Are you living in the US? Bilal laughed. No. I'm just shadowing English, and that's the secret tool most learners don't know about. What exactly is shadowing? Shadowing means you Dardens play a short English video, Lilitan, to one sentence. Larsht. Repeat it out loud. Immediately, us match the rhythm, sound, and speed. It's like singing along to a song, but with speaking. You're not just saying the words, you're copying the voice. And over time, your brain and mouth start to move like a native speaker's. You know? How to start shadowing, even as a beginner but namsi. Who's the right video? Find a video where the speaker talks slowly and clearly. Good examples. Of English podcasts for learners. Of YouTube teachers who speak slowly. As audiobooks with calm narration. Keep it short. Start with just E or R minutes. You don't need a full lesson. Small steps are better, sen. Repeat out loud. This is important. Don't whisper. Don't speak in your mind. Speak out loud, so your tongue, lips, and muscles get used to English sounds. Use subtitles if needed. Watch once with subtitles. Then turn them off and shadow the sounds only. Repeat daily. Do this for days. Even minutes a day. You will notice a real difference. Why is shadowing so powerful? Because it trains your mouth, muscles, and your ear memory together. When you only read English, your mouth is silent. When you only listen, your voice doesn't change. But when you shadow, you listen and speak at the same time. This builds fluency, speed, and clarity. It also helps remove the translation problem. You stop thinking in your language and start thinking in sound. You speak alone, but not lonely. Many people ask, but I have no one to practice with. That's okay. Shadowing works even if you're completely alone. In fact, it's better alone because you can make mistakes, laugh, try again, and improve without anyone watching. Bilal used to go to the rooftop at sunset. He'd speak to the sky, repeating English videos with passion. His family thought he was talking to himself. He was. But after a month, he didn't sound like the old Bilal anymore. His accent was smoother, his confidence stronger. So here's your mission. Pick one short video. Shadow it every day for chi days. Repeat with full voice. Don't just learn English. Become it. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to show up. One sentence at a time. Chapter: Mouth, Muscles and Movement. Let's begin with a small truth. Your mouth was trained in your first language. From the time you were a baby, you listened to your parents. And slowly, your tongue, your lips, your jaw, they all started moving to match the sounds you heard. This became your natural way of speaking. But now, you're learning English. And guess what? English is not just a different language. It's a different way of moving your mouth, Meet Maria. Maria is from Brazil. She's very smart and knows a lot of English words. She reads English books. She watches English videos. But when she speaks, something is missing. Hey, her words are soft. The sounds feel flat. And native speakers ask her, "Can you say that again?" Maria feels frustrated. Why is this happening? Then, one day, she hears something new in a podcast. The speaker says, "To speak English clearly, you must train your mouth, like an athlete trains their body." Maria pauses the audio. Train my mouth? She's curious. She goes to the bathroom, stands in front of the mirror, and says the word world. She says it again, world, and again world. She frowns. It feels hard to say. Her tongue doesn't move the right way. But something inside her says, try again. So she keeps trying, day after day. That's when she discovers something very important. Stederdiand. Your mouth has muscles. Yes, just like your arms or legs. And just like any muscle, you can train it. In your native language, your mouth knows the perfect way to move. Tank. But in English, your muscles get confused. Your tongue might go to the wrong place. Your lips may not open wide enough. Your jaw might stay too still. That's why English feels heavy when you speak. But the good news is, you can teach your muscles. What is the English face? When native English speakers talk, look at their faces. You'll notice something interesting. Their mouths move a lot. Their lips open wider. Their cheeks stretch. Their jaw drops more than in many other languages. This is the English face. Let's try it together. Say the word open. Now say it again, but this time, open your mouth more. Ooh. Open. Feel the difference? That's the beginning of training your muscles for English, Mirror practice. Your secret tool. Maria started doing something called mirror practice. Every day, she would pick or sen, difficult English words. She'd stand in front of a mirror and repeat them slowly. Watching her mouth, some of the tricky words were reindashent world, Tasian thought, Tasiant month, Tation 33, Di Carluthas. In the beginning, she laughed. Her tongue felt stuck. Her lips didn't move right. But she kept going. Slowly, those words started to feel easier. Her mouth was learning the new shapes. K. She was building muscle memory, and every week, her English became clearer. Why native language interferes? Let's talk about why your first language sometimes fights with English. In many languages, like Urdu, Hindi, Japanese, Russian, or Spanish, the sounds are made in different parts of the mouth. For example, Verdu dastu zurdu doesn't use the soft English thatch sound, so people say ting instead of thing, toot. Japanese doesn't have an English-style R sound, so rice may sound like lice, stoot. So Spanish speakers may pronounce V like B. It's not a mistake. It's just muscle memory from your first language. But if you want to speak English clearly, you have to retrain those muscles. And that takes time, patience, and practice. Cult your 10-step mouth training plan. Here's how to begin. Marshall E. Mirror practice. Every day pick 10 difficult words. Say them 10 times each in front of a mirror. Focus on your mouth, or stramp your sounds. Say words slowly and with full movement. Jirdum oh thank you. Thank you. O's and beautiful. Beautiful. This makes your muscles stretch and remember. San. Record yourself. Use your phone. Record sentences. Listen. Then say them again, trying to move your mouth more. You know, it feels strange at first. But that's a good sign. If your mouth feels weird when you practice English, that means you're doing it right. You're not just learning words. You're building a new way to move your face. Sound. You're becoming more clear, more confident, more expressive. Maria once said, I used to feel like English was trapped inside my mouth. Now it flows out, and you can feel the same. If you practice your mouth, not just your memory. So today's lesson is simple. Train your muscles. Use your mirror. Make your English face, because a better accent doesn't start in your brain, it starts in your mouth. Chapter Wove. Record yourself. Hear your accent. Have you ever heard your own voice in a video or audio and felt surprised? Maybe you thought, is that really me? Do I sound like that? Why does my voice sound strange? You're not alone. Almost every learner feels this way in the beginning. But here's the truth. Listening to yourself is one of the most powerful ways to improve your English accent. In this chapter, we will show you how to do it, step by step, right, Eiley? And we'll tell the story of someone just like you. A quiet learner with a big dream. Meet Usman, the quiet student. Usman is from Pakistan. He's always been a little shy. He understands English well. He even writes it nicely. But when it's time to speak, he becomes nervous. He says things softly and sometimes too fast. He doesn't know how he sounds to others. One day his teacher says, Usman, do one small thing. Record your voice. Just 30 seconds, Usman is surprised. Why should I do that? The teacher smiles, because your ears will teach you more than any book. Why recording works. Here's the big idea. When you speak, you can't hear all your mistakes. Your brain is busy thinking. But when you listen to your voice, later, you can hear clearly. Mideal dalish danthat, which words were too fast. Dalish damp, which sounds were wrong. Dulate. where your accent hides the meaning. This gives you power. Now you can change what you hear, step by step. Usman's first recording. That night, Usman takes his phone. He opens the recorder. He says, "Hello, my name is Usman. I am learning English. I want to speak clearly." Then he presses play. He listens and he feels strange. Is that really my voice? He thinks. His R sounds were soft. His words were fast. Some sounds were missing. K. But instead of feeling bad, he smiles. "Okay," he says, "now I know where to begin, in how to use your phone for accent practice. You don't need a studio. You don't need fancy microphones. Your phone is your best tool. Here's how you can start today. Dimiant E. Open your voice recorder. Every phone has one, iPhone or Android. Damdelt. R. Don't hoose one sentence in English. You can use Murdial O, your favorite quote. O. Article sentence from a podcast. Orative line from a YouTube video. San. Say it slowly and clearly. S. Play it back. Listen carefully. Ask yourself, "Oh, did I say all the sounds? Oh, was my voice flat or expressive? Oh, do I understand myself?" Woo. Compare with a native speaker. Find the same sentence in a podcast or video. Play their version. Then play yours. You'll start hearing the small differences. And slowly, you will fix them. What happened to Usman? Every day, Usman recorded one sentence. Just one. Not a full conversation. He focused on clarity. He used simple lines like Sril Dat's Dryon is my favorite book. Sil da ein want to learn every day. I's my dream is to speak clearly. At first, the changes were small. But after 1 week, he noticed something. His voice sounded stronger. His words became slower and more clear. His confidence grew, and then one day, someone told him, "Usman, your English sounds better now." He smiled. Tips to make it work. Here are C. Simple tips to make recording a habit. Martin Dammons. E. Keep it short. A sentence a day is enough. R. Repeat it. Try the same sentence 10 times. Improve with each try. Sen. Save your recordings. Listen again after chi days. You will hear progress. Su. Celebrate small wins. Even if just one word sounds better, smile. You're growing. Feeling shy? That's normal. Recording yourself might feel strange at first. You may feel shy or awkward, but remember, no one else needs to hear it. This is for you. Your ears. Your practice. Every great speaker once felt nervous, but they didn't stop. They kept listening, learning, and changing, and you can too. Final words. Your voice is your teacher. You don't need expensive lessons. You don't need to wait for someone to correct you. Your own voice is your teacher. When you record, you become aware. When you listen, you become smarter. When you repeat, you become stronger. Just like Usman, you can go from shy to shining. One sentence at a time. Chapter Low. Think in English. Speak in English. You've learned to listen. You've started shadowing. You've even recorded your own voice. Now comes a powerful shift. Thinking in English. Yes, not just repeating after someone else. Not just copying lines, but slowly, gently, beginning to think in English. You may ask, Why does this help my accent? Here's why, Durant. When you think in English, you speak more naturally. Your rhythm improves, your fluency grows, and your accent starts to smooth out. Let's go on a little journey together and meet someone who discovered this beautiful step. Meet Ayesha, a quiet thinker. Ayesha is from a small town. She loves English songs, and she watches English shows. But when it comes to speaking, she hesitates. She often translates in her head from Urdu to English or from her local language to English. It takes time, it slows her down, and her accent becomes heavy. One day, a friend tells her, Yesha, stop translating, start thinking in English, even for small things. Ayesha is confused. How can I do that? My brain speaks in Urdu. Her friend smiles. Start small. Talk to yourself in English. Out loud, just minutes a day. The magic of thinking aloud. That night, Ayesha tries something new. She's alone in her room. She looks around and says out loud, I am sitting on my bed. There is a notebook on my table. I am feeling a little sleepy. She smiles. It feels strange, but also fun. Next morning, she says, I am brushing my teeth. I need to cook something today. I want to study English. No pressure. No audience. Just her thoughts. In English. And in just 1 week, something begins to change. Her tongue moves faster. Her mouth feels more ready, and her accent starts to soften. Why? Because now her brain is practicing English before she speaks. No more stopping to translate. No more searching for words. Why thinking in English? Improves accent. When you think in your mother tongue and then translate to English, your natural rhythm gets broken. You pause. You stress the wrong words, your sentence order changes. But when you think in English, your brain gets used to English patterns. You start using the right flow, the right melody, the right intonation. Your accent becomes more natural because your thoughts are in sync with your speech. How to start thinking in English? You don't need hours. You don't need perfect grammar. You just need 2 minutes a day. Here's how you can begin Merdancy. Talk about what you're doing. Say out loud Mordant. Mind am opening the door. I need to go to the shop. I am making tea. Simple. Daily. Real. Use a mirror. Look at yourself and describe. Sardi and sate your face. I look tired today. Sate your clothes. I'm wearing a blue shirt. Ate your feelings. I feel excited about tomorrow. Son. Ask yourself questions. Ziamba. What do I want to eat? What time is it now? Dusret. Why am I learning English? Then answer in English. Ayesha's progress. Every evening, Ayesha now has a thinking time. She walks around her house talking in short English thoughts. One day, her cousin visits and says, Your English is getting better. And your accent sounds softer. Ayesha smiles. It's working. She's not just learning English now, she's living it. Bonus tip. Think in English. While doing daily tasks. Here are perfect moments to speak to yourself in English medial. In the shower domed. The water is warm. I like this feeling. While cooking. Perdance, I'm cutting onions. I need to boil the rice. San, on a walk Durant, the weather is nice. I see many people today. Before bed Darren today was good. I learned new words. Ooh. Waking up Sardiant. It's a new day. I will speak more English today. These small moments create big changes. Final words, your thoughts. Shape your accent. Here's the truth. Your mouth speaks what your mind thinks. So if you want to speak in a better accent, you must train your mind in English. Start with simple, small thoughts. Speak them gently, clearly, and often, and over time you will notice. Sterdial daflet, your pauses become smoother. Daft, your words sound more natural. Your confidence becomes your strongest accent. You're not just learning English, you're beginning to think in it. And that is a powerful transformation. Chapter Chi. Accent is a journey, not a race. You've worked hard. You've shadowed. You've practiced out loud. You've thought in English. And now you start to wonder, why do I still sound different? Why does my English still have an accent? Will I ever sound like a native speaker? These are honest questions. Every learner asks them at some point. And it's okay, because the truth is simple. Accent is a journey, not a race. Not a race. Let me tell you a story that might sound like your own. Meet Bilal, a dedicated learner. Bilal has been learning English for years. He speaks clearly. He knows many words. He even watches English shows without subtitles. But one thing bothers him. Every time he speaks, people say, "Oh, you're not from here, are you?" Bilal feels frustrated. He thinks, I worked so hard, but my accent still sounds foreign. Why? He tries harder. He listens more. He imitates natives, but one day, after practicing for 2 hours, he stares at the mirror and says, maybe I'll never sound perfect. His face drops. He feels tired. He feels small. Then something changes. Bilal meets someone new. His new English tutor, Mr. James. Mr. James is kind, calm, and has taught students from many countries. On the first day, Bilal says, I want to fix my accent. I want to sound like a native speaker, Mr. James smiles and says, why do you think you need to sound perfect? Bilal replies, because people can still hear that I'm not from here, Mr. James nods and says something powerful. Bilal, having an accent doesn't mean you're wrong. It means you're brave. It means you're multilingual. The goal is not to erase your voice. The goal is to be understood. With confidence, Bilal stays quiet. Those words sink deep into his heart. Clarity over perfection. From that day, Bilal changes how he practices. He doesn't rush. He doesn't try to sound exactly like someone else. Instead, he focuses on clarity, not perfection. He speaks slowly. He opens his mouth more. He focuses on stressing the right words. And guess what? People begin to say, your English is so clear. I understand you very easily. You speak confidently. Bilal still has an accent. But it's a proud accent. A clear accent. An understandable accent. And most of all, a real accent. Your accent is part of your story. Many learners feel ashamed of their accents. They try to hide them. They feel like they'll never be accepted. But here's the truth, idiot. Your accent is part of your journey. Unit tells the world where you've come from. Una. It shows that you've learned, grown, and dared to speak. Don't throw it away. Shape it. Refine it. But never feel small because of it. Because speaking English with an accent is better than not speaking at all. See or why the journey matters. Learning to speak in a new accent is not like flipping a switch. It's like planting a tree. You water it daily. You give it sunlight. You wait. You trust the process. And one day you wake up and realize, Sabramlisplift. You're speaking more clearly. Sabralif. You're pausing less. You're getting understood, and that is success. Tips for the accent journey. Let's make your journey smoother. Here are some things to remember. Sardal ida speak. Slowly, fast speaking hides mistakes. Tmak. But slow speaking builds confidence and clarity. Celebrate progress. Can you say a sentence clearly that you couldn't say last month? That's progress. Celebrate it, son. Don't compare. Everyone learns at a different speed. Don't compare your day cernto. Someone else's day sembag, su. Keep practicing. Gently, even native speakers make pronunciation mistakes. Keep practicing, but be kind to yourself. Focus on being understood. That's the real goal. You don't need to sound American or British. You just need to sound like yourself. Clearly, final words. Your voice matters. Dear friend, if you've ever felt insecure about your accent, if you've ever wanted to hide your voice, please remember Midar. Your voice is your gift. Libin your accent is your courage. Libin your journey is your strength. You're not behind. You're not late. You're right where you need to be. So speak English. Speak with your heart. Speak with your soul. Accent is not a finish line. It's a path you walk, step by step, and every step you take brings you closer, not to perfection, but to connection. Keep walking. Keep speaking. You are doing beautifully. Chapter Ba. Your Sanzer's Minute Accent Plan. Now you've reached the final chapter of your journey. You've learned about your mouth muscles, about shadowing, recording, thinking in English, and, most importantly, about being kind to yourself. But now comes a question every learner asks. What should I do every day? Let's keep it simple. Let's make it powerful. Let's build your Sanzer Minute accent plan. Just Sanzer minutes a day. No special tools. No teacher needed. Only your voice, your phone, and your desire to grow. Deck the censored minute routine that works. This daily routine is not a theory. It's not just an idea. It's a tested system, and it works. Let's break it down. Sure minutes, listening, shadowing. Find a short video clip in clear English. It could be from a podcast, a movie, or a TED Talk. Play Fu censor seconds of audio. Then pause. Now, say the same line out loud. Immediately. Repeat it exactly like the speaker. Same rhythm, same tone, same mouth shape. Don't worry if it's not perfect. This is your training time. You're building your English face. Dasero do this for minutes, days a week. This alone will start. Look to shape your accent like magic. Minutes, record and play back. Now open your phone's voice recorder. Read a short paragraph or say san to sentences about your day. For example, Zumk. Today I woke up early. I went to the store. It was very hot outside. Now, listen to yourself. At first you might feel uncomfortable. That's okay. You're not judging. You're learning. Compare your voice to a native version if possible. Notice the small differences. Don't feel bad. Feel curious. Docility. Minutes of listening to your own voice builds awareness, confidence, and courage. Iro-san. Woo minutes. Speak simple sentences aloud. Now it's time to talk, not shadow. Not listen, just speak. Use your own words. Say woo to short English sentences about your life. For example, I am feeling tired today. My favorite color is blue. I want to improve my accent. Tomorrow I have a meeting. Speak slowly. Smile while speaking. Use your hands, your expressions. Get comfortable. Dexter. This is how fluency grows, not from grammar books, but from using your own voice daily. See minutes. Watch or read with clear English, and your minute plan with input, the right kind. Watch minutes of clear, slow English on YouTube or a podcast, or read E2R pages of a simple English story. While listening to the audio, the goal here is grabdig listening to real English, glabdig reading alongs if possible, gladic absorbing pronunciation without pressure. Daughter, this step fills your brain with good English rhythm and sounds. Iro, recollect repeat for censor days. Do this plan for censor days, and you will feel the change, not just in how you speak, but also in how you feel. You will speak more clearly. You will understand yourself better. You will start to feel proud, and to show you how it works, let me tell you one final story. Good final story. Zara's Censor's Day transformation. Zara was Arsurbad. She worked in a bank. She spoke English every day. But quietly, she never liked how she sounded. One day, she found this censor minute plan. She told herself, I'll do it for just 1 week. That 1 week turned into censor days. Every morning, before work, Zardin shadow tato to TED Talk for minutes, recorded her voice while drinking tea, spoke woo, simple sentences out loud, watched minutes of English with Lucy on YouTube. At first, she didn't notice much, but on Deja Wu, her colleague said, Zara, your English sounds really smooth today. On day Arsers, she spoke up during a Zoom call, confidently. On day censors, she recorded a E-minute video for herself and smiled. I can't believe this is me, she said. Zara still has an accent. But now, she's clear, confident, and proud. Benda. Why this plan works, this routine is simple, but it trains all the skills together. Perdsendek, Kremk. Shadowing trains your ears and mouth. Glat recording builds self-awareness. Clatically. Speaking aloud builds fluency. Klasdically. Listening fills your brain with real English sounds. Censor minutes a day. That's all it takes to begin changing the way you sound. AU final words. Dear learner, your accent is not a problem. It's a process. It's not something to erase. It's something to refine. Every day you speak, you grow. Every sentence you say, you improve. Every minute you give to practice is a gift to your future self. You don't need 10 hours a day. You don't need expensive lessons. You just need censor minutes and the courage to begin. So now, start today. Dro minutes shadowing, woo minutes recording, dro minutes speaking, dro minutes watching the listening. Your new accent isn't waiting in the future. It's being built today, 1 minute at a time. Thank you so much for watching this video all the way to the end. That tells me something important. You truly care about your English journey, and I'm proud of you for that. You took time out of your day to work on yourself, your voice, and your confidence. If this video helped you, even a little, please tap the like button. It helps more learners like you find these simple, powerful lessons. And I want to hear from you. Simdidict. What's the hardest part about your accent journey? Is it pronunciation? Is it confidence? Is it fear of judgment? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one, and I reply when I can, because this is more than just a channel. It's a community, a space where you are safe to grow. If you haven't subscribed yet, now is the perfect time. I make videos for learners just like you. Slow, clear, and full of heart. Videos that help you feel strong, not ashamed. Remember, your accent is part of your story, and I'm here to help you tell it beautifully. I'll see you in the next video. Lund.